one of the hardest hit boroughs was Queens. Joining us this morning is Queens Borough President Donovan Richards. Good morning, Borough President. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Betty and Dan.
All right, so flooding has been a consistent problem in Queens, especially in southeastern Queens, where several people unfortunately died in the storm. What is being done to help those residents in that neighborhood?
Well, let me start by saying that Southern Queens, outside of 183rd Street relatively did well through the storm, partly because of a $2 billion investment in infrastructure, and we're still not out of the woods. You know, this was systematic racism when it came to the lack of investment in Southern Queens going back 40 years ago. So we are just catching up with where we should have been 40 years ago. And there are many hammers in the ground and projects slated to happen. But if you got flooded out, you're certainly not going to feel that the city was moving forward in an urgent manner.
Right. So, and I'm not saying this is your fault at all, but many are saying, well, at that press conference yesterday, everyone cited climate change and that the meteorologists got it wrong when it was actually elected leaders who failed to prevent this from happening in the first place, not moving quick enough. So for the next time, you're talking about shovels in the ground. How quickly are we talking here?
Well, they actually have a project ongoing now. There's a project actually happening on that block as we speak. The problem was, as I said, historically, Southern Queens was underinvested in. So climate justice, of course, revolves around investments in both gray and green infrastructure. And this is one of the neighborhoods that was historically left behind, but actually on the block as we speak, even as we go through this painful moment, there's actually an infrastructure project that's actually broken ground already.
In a way, that's a catch-22, though, because we saw 2 residents lose their lives. And you're talking about a $2 billion project, which is a lot of money. They're looking at this going, okay, money's there, the projects are underway, and yet people are dying.
Yeah, I mean, this was catastrophic. Now, let me just say that you have to intertwine both this affordability crisis and the environmental justice issues that are plaguing these communities. The reason people are in basement apartments is because of the failure of New York City to really truly build out affordable housing. So folks like me who made it through college because of a basement apartment, I was a basement baby myself. My parents were teenage parents. You know, we lived in basements because it provided an affordable opportunity. So this was a failure on many levels. And we need to make sure we're never back here again.
Right, and you know, and it's a fact of life that some people they have those basements apartments, and the people upstairs, they use that to pay for their bills, right, make ends meet. But looking ahead, right, because a lot of people don't have flood insurance, it's going to be a long road, they're going to wait for those federal dollars. But for the next time, because we know there's going to be a next time, this is not a 100-year event anymore. Is there a way for you or other elected officials to get together in a room and say, okay, we're going to look at evacuation routes, we're going to get the word out earlier? Is that being looked at, or is it people don't want to leave their homes?
Well, that's already, I mean, there were alerts sent out, and I survived Hurricane Sandy. So remember, you know, we have some expertise in this specific area, but absolutely there has to be better coordination. There's some legislation, I believe, on the book that was passed that would give specific alerts to people living in basement dwellings in 2023. That timeline needs to move up, and that's something I believe the city council and the mayor need to push up immediately so that there's more coordination and certainly a better timeline that people are alerted.
Very quickly, for people who need help, what do they need to do right now?
Right now, I would urge people to, if they can itemize all of the items that they lost during this period, that's critical. Taking pictures is critical. I want to thank Governor Hochul, who I spoke to very early yesterday, for working with the president and pushing the president to declare an emergency declaration. So now FEMA will be involved, and that means that there's a great possibility that people can be reimbursed. Although when you lose things like pictures and memories, those are things that can never be replaced.
Exactly.
Money can never buy that.
Yeah, our hearts are with so many of the folks in Queens and around the area. Queens Borough President Donovan Richards, appreciate you making the time for us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Stay safe.
Back at you.
You too.